My name is Ishan, and today I'll be demonstrating some flexibility exercises that you can perform for your warm-up and your cool-down before and after your exercise. So for our warm-up, we'll be doing some dynamic stretches, as dynamic stretches are good to bring your heart rate up and get the blood flowing to the different part of your muscles, and it will help raise your body temperature so that your body is properly warmed up for any exercise that you'll be doing later. And for our cool-down, we'll be doing some static stretches, as static stretches help to lengthen the muscles work during exercise, and it will help to bring your body temperature and your heart rate down so that you're properly cooled down and you are not in risk of any danger after the exercise. So now I'll be proceeding to the dynamic stretches. Dynamic stretching that we'll be performing are the arm circulations. So the arm circulation activates your deltoid muscles and also your trapezius muscles. So this dynamic stretching involves the circumduction of your joints. So I will now demonstrate how to perform the arm circulations. So if you want to do arm circulations, you have to stand straight with a neutral spine. Make sure that your feet are comfortably wide apart from each other. And then after that, you just circumduct your arms, your shoulders forward and backwards. So this is perfect, and arm circulations will help get the blood flowing to your upper extremity and make sure that your upper body is warmed up for exercise. So now I'll be moving on to my second dynamic stretching, which is hip rotations. So with your hip rotations, same thing, you also want to stand with a neutral spine with your hips, hands on your hips, and then you just want to rotate your hips clockwise and anti-clockwise. That's good, and the other way. So again, this is a perfect demonstration, and hip rotations will help get the blood flowing from, around your core and also your hip muscles. So now finally, we will move on to the final dynamic stretching, which is your side leg swings. So for this dynamic stretching, you want to make sure to hold on to a wall for safety reasons, because you might get a bit unstable balancing on one leg. So with your side leg swings, your active leg, you want to pull it forward, okay. And then you want to abduct and abduct your hips side to side. Make sure that you feel the stretch and you repeat the full range of motion. And then repeat it for the other leg. Perfect. So these are the 3 dynamic stretchings that we will be doing, and it is good to make sure to hold them for about at least 10 to 15 seconds. So now we'll move on to some the static stretches for cool down. So for our first static stretching that we'll be performing is called the cross arm stretch. So with the cross arm stretch, you want to bring the arm that you're stretching over to the other side, and then with the non-stretching arm, you want to pull it to yourself. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're pulling it back towards yourself. So what this stretches is your deltoid muscles here, and then you'll help to lengthen and relax your deltoid muscles. So you do this on the right hand and the left hand too. Okay, so that was demonstrated perfectly. So now we'll move on to the second static stretch, which is the side reach. So I'll be demonstrating the side reach. So for the side reach, you want to stand feet comfortably apart and make sure that you maintain a neutral spine. So with the side reach, you want to, with your stretching side again, you want to reach over your head to the other side. And then your non-stretching side, you want to push your hips out to the side, to the opposite side. So from here, you stretch, and then make sure that you feel the stretch around the side of your core. Make sure you feel the stretch. Make sure to not overstretch. As long as you feel the stretch is fine. And then we can do it for the other side too. Good. So can I get you to demonstrate it? That's good. The other side. Yeah, that's good. So what this stretches is the side of your abdominals. So we'll now move on to some static quadriceps stretches to stretch your lower limb. So as the name suggests, it stretches your quadricep muscles. So with this stretch, you want to make sure to hold on to a wall as you'll be balancing onto one leg. So with the stretching leg and the same side of the arm, you want to hold on to the front of your ankles, and you want to pull it back. Make sure that you maintain a neutral spine, and make sure that your hips don't protrude out or anything. So just make sure that your hips are maintained neutral, and just pull your leg back. And then you can repeat this for the other side too. So can I get you to demonstrate this? Now the other side. So do you feel the stretch in your quadriceps?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So if you are able to feel the stretches, then that means you are performing the stretch correctly. So it is ideal to hold these cool down stretches for about 10 to 15 seconds also. And with that, we have come to the end of the demonstration. I hope that you guys are able to follow along and gain some insights on how to warm up and cool down using dynamic and static stretching.